So you're still trying to look for that circular part for the glove and also the section for the fingers to come up to it. And as you build this up, still look for this contour line, light to dark, as you build that section, coming it into that point. And you can kind of see the crease. So if you use that outside edge there, that's going to give you that look to it. Again, the thumb can have a lot more expression just by the way it's turned. So you have two parts of the flange showing the knuckle and this cylindrical shape of this cigar coming through. So you kind of have that to take a look at. But always look for once you get it laid out, look for the thin and the thick stroke to build that part up there. So that gives you that rise and run there. So there's two sections for the palm, a little bit for that glove section, and that gives you. So here's a good example of the thin to the thick right there. Building that section up there. And again, if it's going to be shady, you got the light source on one side. And just kind of look for each shape to have that delineated out there. Here's a cylindrical shape, just go from dark to light. Cast a little bit of a shadow from there, you're going to build that piece up. And sections it across. And this also is going to give it a little bit of a tone right in the top. So it kind of gives it that look to it. Okay. Second part, if you go, this part has the outline of it. Kind of, you can see the circle underneath it. The mitten part comes up and over, divides it, but the pinky part goes a little bit off to the side. And it's holding this cylindrical shape as well. And then this one, just kind of try some with the pen, maybe here. Maybe not. So it's kind of looking for that thin and thick stroke, building it up. And you can kind of see, once it gets established, then you can really heavy up the lines. So you're just kind of putting in initial lines first. And from that point on, you can put the hand, kind of the wrist in there, everything kind of fits together. So that's kind of the initial start of it. And then that's where you're going in with a little heavier line. So here, trying to take any of the techniques of the pen and ink to build it in there. Here's the posterized piece. Blends it in, and you can use the hatch lines, you can use the posterized style to look into that. It builds into that section for you. So that gives you a little bit more to work with from the contrast of the black and white ink. But we'll go back and forth here a little bit. So again, here's the two. So you have the shaded pencil shading here, pen and ink. Let's see, here we go. Do the same with this one. Find the overall shape up to that piece and gives it the curve. So here you're looking at a little bit from the top down. Gives you that look to it. Find half of this piece, look for that base tone again. And blends that in there really easily. So that's shaded into that part. And again, just look for the thick and thin lines on either side. this one, circular part, right there. There's the thumb. And again, once you get the first line kind of established, you can go back in, and unless you're using a brush to try to do the whole thing at one time. So it kind of gives you that line to go into it. And again, here's a thick line for this part with all the tone blending it in here. Just kind of use it as a contour line for that one. Here you have two hands. The pose is symmetrical. So there's the circle, thumb like that, opposite side. You come in with the same idea, just kind of give it that and here it is on the other side, just trying to show the nice symmetry, kind of clasping those hands. Got a little bit of the action of the glove there. Find the thin and thick stroke there. So that gives you that section right there. Little crosshatch lines. Builds that piece up very good. So just a little bit, some with the shading pencil, a couple of them here, heavy up those lines a little bit. Crosshatch, posterization, a little bit of a contour line.